Cleveland Browns get another huge victory a couple days ago, and it just makes me think about a guy that they got that nobody is talking about. That's a huge reason for their success. If you're new to the channel, we make videos for teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. Cleveland Browns, a perfect example of a team that just gets overlooked by the national media. They're in the tough AFC. They're right there for the division for a playoff spot. And it's very impressive because of all of their injuries. So let's take a look at that. And I'll get to the guy that I just think isn't getting enough credit. Look at these like season enders, major injuries to Deshaun Watson. So any other team loses their quarterback, their star QB, their star running back, offensive tackles. Rodney McLeod, who was supposed to be this veteran guy that would just settle in the defense, he's gone. Another offensive tackle, Denzel Ward. I mean, it's just one guy after another. Myles Garrett was out for a minute, if I believe, if I remember that right. So who's the guy that I'm talking about that every other NFL team wants? That is this man, Andrew Berry. It's incredible. He is from the second he walked in here, got the Browns to a playoff victory, and then he's able to establish the depth on this team. You have to give this guy credit. And so why I say everybody wants him is because every franchise is looking for a GM that can draft well, have high-end players and depth. Seems simple, right? High-end players and depth, and it's hard to do. So at his first, and we'll get into that here in just a second, in his first season at the helm, Berry shaped the roster to win its first playoff appearance since 2002. Gee whiz. He used an aggressive approach to improve in his first offseason. Myles Garrett, Jack Conklin, they both went on to be first team all pros. Then he gets guards to come in. I mean, the guy found a way immediately to have success. But again, can you have those blue chip players and have depth? Like, no, like most people can't. His first 3 drafts with the Browns, the team selected at least one future Pro Bowler every year. I mean, come on. This is great. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb. Then he goes and gets your quarterback for the next 5 years, right? Just finds a way, goes and does it, takes advantage of a weird situation and pounces on that. So Andrew Berry is a guy that, as I watch the Lions, and we're Detroit Lions fans, by the way, so really root for and like to see the Browns do well and vice versa. As I see the Lions do things, I see them with a great GM and what a difference it's made in just a couple of years. I mean, it's incredible. You have to draft well. You have to be strategic with free agents. And if you do that, you can have sustained success. But when you don't draft well, then you're reaching for free agents. It's just goodbye. And the thing is, in the AFC North, you have to do this well because the Ravens are going to do it well. The Steelers are going to do it well. The Bengals got it now with Joe Burrow. They're just so much better. So Joe Berry just doesn't get the love, and I feel like he just gets overlooked. Andrew Berry gets overlooked because there's been so much made about the quarterback. There's been so much made about the head coach. Those guys, you just have to say, hey, look, if you're a doubter of them, you have to acknowledge those guys are doing some great things for the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns are now a team that, I keep saying this, it's not that they're having a good year, despite it being oddly weird with ups, downs, injuries, and yet here they are sitting in a great spot. It's not that they're having a great one-off year. It just feels like this is a trajectory that they're going to be on for a while. So that's what you look for. It's like, can we just please be generally good year after year? I know it's very difficult and every team wants to do that, but that's what you're looking for. And then you're going to get those years where everything kind of comes together. You stay healthy, and now you're making a deep run into the playoffs. I mean, and you're having meaningful games late into December. That is what every fan base wants. You look at the Patriots. How's that going for you, Patriots? You had a 20-year magical run of winning. How's it feel? it sucks. It sucks to lose and just be 1-8 in November or what, it's just in Browns fans, Lions fans, we've been there where you're just struggling. You're not winning any. No, let's just have let's just have meaningful games, please, in November, December, and into January would be awesome. And that's what the Browns have. That's what the Lions have. So everyone's kind of freaking out, going the opposite way of the Lions. They're 9-4, but last 5-6 weeks have been like, oh, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Who cares? They're 9-4. They're on the right path just overall as a franchise. But this year, meaningful games each week's a new week. See what happens. Same with the Browns. They got everything in front of them. It's fun to watch. And they've got depth on this team. They've got star players. They have everything that you could ask for. So this is the guy that people want. This is the type of GM that everyone's trying to find. It's very difficult to find. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Again, we have our main channel, which is Sports Talk Detroit, but we have this channel as well to cover all teams that they get ignored by the national media. I mean, how many times can you watch the national media talk about the Giants, the Jets, the Cowboys? It's like, I mean, we can talk about them, but what about like the cool stories, the real stories of like how the Browns coming into this year, no one's talking about them. AFC's loaded. They're not going to be able to think, well, yeah, they're part of that loaded AFC. They are one of the reasons the AFC is loaded. They got Jim Schwartz, former Detroit Lion guy that is a perfect defensive coordinator. He is a head coach. He's a bottom third head coach, but a top third defensive coordinator, if not top 3 type of defense. That's just his fit. It fits him. It fits his personality. With the Lions, he tried it and it worked. It got the Lions, because remember, the Lions hired Jim Schwartz after the 0-16 season, and so they got real weird, and we were like aggressive and dirty, and just were like tired of getting punked around, and it fit at the time, but that's not like real winning football. But he's a great defensive coordinator, and one I would love to have as a defensive coordinator. So everything from the top down with the Browns just seems to be in the right place for a long, sustained success. Quarterback's there. Even when the quarterback's out, you're good enough to keep winning. Defense is good. You've got star players plus depth. I really like where the Browns are going and what they have in store from here on out. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Detroit Lions fans, Detroit Lions, Cleveland Browns. What a couple franchises there that have just classic franchises up here in the Midwest, the Great Lakes region. Let me know your thoughts. See you on the next one.